Welcome back. Today we're joined by Mr. Carlo McLeod, the Presidential Special Advisor, as well as Deputy Head of the Upstream Petroleum Unit in the Presidency. He has been at the forefront of the ongoing consultations on the National Upstream Petroleum Local Content Policy, which seeks to ensure that Namibians benefit directly from opportunities in the oil and gas sector. Mr. McLeod, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
Good evening, Nina, and good evening to all the viewers, and thank you for having me.
To start with, Mr. McLeod, could you just outline the vision behind the National Upstream Petroleum Local Content Policy?
Thank you. The vision of the local content policy is to basically to ensure that Namibia's emerging oil and gas industry becomes a true catalyst for inclusive growth and economic transformation. We want the sector to be more than just about oil production. We want it to translate into skills development, technology transfer, job creation, and the empowerment of Namibian businesses, basically. And at its core, the policy is about ensuring that the wealth of benefits of our natural resources meaningfully benefits the people. That is now the Namibians.
And talk to us about why it was important for the presidency, to take the lead in this process, and how does it tie into Namibia's broader development goals?
You see, it was important for the presidency to take the lead because oil and gas is a national resource, and its management has implications that far exceeds beyond the sectors. We can say that it touches on economic diversification, it touches on youth empowerment, industrialization, as well as social issues, social economic issues. Now, by anchoring this policy in the presidency, we are aligning it directly with the Vision 2030, also with the national development plans, especially NDP6 that just recently came out, as well as the SWAPO Party political manifesto implementation plan. And this is just to show that this leadership basically is serious when it comes to managing the oil and gas sector for Namibia's long-term prosperity.
The consultation process is nationwide, starting in September and reaching communities from Ludritz all the way to Katima Mulilo. What do you hope to gain from these diverse engagements?
You see, our primary aim is to listen to the communities, listen to the feedback they are providing us, and we will be having these consultative meetings ranging from as far as the south to the north, as well as to the east and the west. So each community has unique perspectives and expectations. So by engaging broadly, we can design a policy that is not just technically sound, but also socially grounded and widely accepted, meaning that this inclusivity basically strengthens both the legitimacy and the sustainability of the policy framework. That is why it's important to go and consult as broadly as possible.
Mr. McLeod, there's often concern about foreign dominance in extractive industry. So what mechanisms will this policy put in place to safeguard local ownership and participation?
Thank you. The policy aims to address guidances for foreign companies to partner with Namibian firms, prioritize Namibian suppliers, and also transfer knowledge and skills. There will be mechanisms such as mandatory local equities participation, local content performance-based targets, and transparent monitoring systems that will be embedded to ensure that Namibians are not just spectators, but active players in this whole value chain of the oil and gas.
For the communities that are directly impacted by oil exploration and production activities, what immediate benefits or changes might they expect once the policy is implemented?
Yeah. You see, the policy aims to ensure that all communities throughout Namibia are not left behind, but rather become beneficiaries of, this new resource wealth, the new oil and gas hype that is now ongoing. And we would want, all communities, regardless of whether you are in the south or whether you are in the west or east, we want all communities to basically benefit from this. That is basically what we would want to achieve.
After the consultations conclude, that is in mid-September, what are the key steps, towards finalizing and then adopting this policy?
Yeah, so once the consultation process has been completed, we would then consolidate all the inputs where applicable into a very refined draft, and then this will then undergo cabinet consideration, and eventually it will then go for formal gazetting.
And finally, Mr. McLeod, for Namibians who may not attend these consultations but still want to engage and contribute in shaping this critical policy, how can they go about doing that?
So we have a link that is on the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy website where the community or the public can have access to it, read the policy, and then they can, provide their inputs through emails. But the aim is that we are trying to ensure that participation is not limited just to physical attendance. We are open to written submissions, and this can be also done through the digital platforms that are available, or they can reach out basically to the local leadership structures where we are visiting, and this basically provides them with that opportunity to give feedback and input into this policy. And this is very important that their voices are essential in shaping this particular policy.
Mr. Carlo McLeod, that's all the time we have this evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
Thank you.
That was Mr. Carlo McLeod, Presidential Advisor and Deputy Head of the Upstream Petroleum Unit in the Presidency, speaking to us about the consultations on the National Upstream Petroleum Local Content Policy. As I mentioned, there is a link on the Ministry of Industry and Mines' website that you can go and click onto to read up on the draft and, of course, then give your input if you're unable to attend these different consultations, which will be taking place from the 1st to the about mid-September between Lüderitz and Katima. You can still make your voice heard and give your 2 cents by doing that on online platform or via email, etc. I'll be back after this